Hi everyone, thanks for joining in today. This is going to be a really fast video. This one really just touches on new orders. So what happens when a customer buys something? What do you see and what do you have to do? And every bit as important, how do you get paid? So let's just kind of walk through it. First of all, from the customer's perspective. So the customer arrives at Breton.shop and they purchase a product. And when the payment transaction is done in the checkout, once their credit card is validated and everything looks good, they will be presented with this order received page. So they will see that everything has been successful. And in their email, they will also get a notification that they've received their order. So, thank you for your order. This, in essence, is their receipt. This is what the customer will receive in their email. So, as confirmation that they've made a purchase from capebreton.shop. Now, in the case of a digital download, it's a little bit different from a physical delivery, only because it's simpler. So in the case of a physical download, immediately when their payment is processed, they get a link to download their product. If it was a physical product, of course, you're going to have to box it up and ship it to them. So that's the only difference in all of these processes. So for the sake of example, I'm using a digital download. It's an MP3. So from here, from their logged in customer dashboard, they can download that, up to 4 times as was specified by the vendor. Now, from your perspective, you're also going to get an email when the purchase occurs, but your email is going to look a little bit different from their email. So your email, instead of saying thank you, is going to say that you have a new customer order, and it's going to give you an order number. And it's going to have everything you need to know about the order: what was purchased, how much it was, and where it has to be mailed to. So that's going to show up in your email inbox. But you can't manage the order from your email inbox. You have to go to your seller dashboard to manage that. So that's what we're going to do right now. So as you all know, you go, you log into eShop Cape Breton and you go to your seller dashboard and you will see that you have one order that's processing. Now, these are the order statuses. As time goes by and as you do more selling and as different statuses start to occur, you may have some that you've issued a refund on. Maybe you've had some canceled orders, maybe some are on hold, and a whole lot of them hopefully will be complete. And in this dashboard here, you're going to see all of those different statuses on a pie chart. For right now, for demo purposes, we only have one sale in the basket, and that's this one here currently processing. So there's 2 ways that you can look at the actual order. You can either click through each of these links here, or if I clicked on processing, it would take me to a page that showed me all of my processing orders. If I clicked on completed, it would take me to a page that showed me just my completed orders. But if you want to look at all of your orders combined, you go here on the left-hand side and you click on orders. And if you've got more than one order in your store, and again, as time goes by, you will have many, many more, they will be listed on this page. Right now, because this is just a demo and I've only got one, there is only one here. And notice the status of this order is processing. For a digital download, there isn't really much that I have to do other than to come over here to this checkbox on the left-hand side and click complete. Then I'm done. But if you are shipping something out, it's a little bit more, not complicated, but there's a few more steps to it. So click on the view button in the order, and it's going to give you everything you need to know about that order. It's going to show you what the product is that you have to ship out. It's going to show you what the shipping costs were, what the total order is. It's also going to give you everything, the order date right down to the minute of the time that it was ordered. It's going to show you how much you earned. And there's a difference now. Look at this one here. Even though this MP3 was $1.99, notice my earning is $1.63. And the reason for that is Stripe, that's the payment gateway processor. Stripe takes a little bit from every sale to pay for that processing. It's standard in the credit card industry. So they take, first of all, 35 cents. Doesn't matter if your sale is for $500 or for $5. They're going to take 35 cents. And they're also going to take a percentage. I believe that percentage is 2.9%. And that's on the remaining balance after your 35 cents has already been deducted. So that leaves me with $1.63 from my $1.99 MP3, which is okay. You'll also see in the general details box here the customer name, Mr. Test Customer, or Mrs. Test Customer. You're going to see their email address, their telephone number, and also we capture the IP address that the purchase was made from. So there's really a lot of fine detail being captured here. There's also some order notes that are generated automatically. So the first order note that's added to this purchase is that the status has changed from pending payment, that is, to processing. And what that means is that payment has been accepted, it's no longer pending, and it's in the stage now for fulfillment where you have to process the sale and push it out to them. And once again, not to sound like a broken record, but in this case, being a digital download, there's not much left to do other than to click complete. The second thing you're going to see under the notes section here on the right-hand side, and these all get added automatically, by the way. I didn't put any of these in manually. The system shows you the order number here on the right-hand side, order 4054, payment is complete, and the charge ID. This is the actual ID of the transaction in the Stripe system. So if anything goes wrong and you have to, call somebody for technical support like us, we'll have a reference number that we can go by here to look at. If you want to add a note to a customer for any reason, let's say, for example, your product is out of stock and there's going to be a slight delay, or any other scenario that you can conjure up. If you need to send a quick little note to the customer, do it in here just by typing your note in and choosing customer note from the drop down and click add note. What will happen then is they will get another email, and I'll show you what that looks like. They'll get an email with the subject line, note added to your eShop Cape Breton order. And in the case of the test that I did, I just simply sent them a little thank you. So the note that they receive is, thank you, enjoy. That way you can always stay in touch with your customer, you're managing their expectations, you're keeping the lines of communication open, and that is key to customer satisfaction, because if you're not communicating with them and if you're not meeting their expectations, they're not going to be particularly happy and they'll be less likely to come back. So this is the full order page. Now, once you've shipped out your product, if you use the net parcel that we talked about in the last video, you'll get a tracking number from Purolator or from UPS or whatever courier you felt was the best bang for the buck. You could always put that tracking number in here for them and then send them a note saying order's been shipped, tracking number via UPS is 12345, and then send them that in the note. So let's just click the little order back button here. And by the way, I should point out right now, don't use your browser's back button. That kind of holds true for virtually every e-commerce or banking website that you'll ever go to. If there's a back button built into the environment, use that instead. The reason being is that if I click this back button, there's going to be little bits of code that the website is expecting to see that won't be there, because certain transactions have taken place on this screen that if I click back button, it's as if the browser kind of thinks it's going back in time before those things occurred. So again, just as a side note, don't use the back button there. Use the back button here. So I'll go back to my orders page. So I'm going to click on complete, because if it was a physical product, I would have shipped it out by now because I've been kind of long-winded. In the case of the musical download, I know that my customers downloaded that. So I click on the complete button, system processes, and you'll notice up here there's a little bouncy icon going back and forth there while the system makes all the appropriate changes. And there we go. Now my status is marked as complete. I want to show you one more thing, and this is the important thing you'll want to know about, and that's how do you get paid? It's automatic. So let's go over here now to my email. When a transaction is complete, you will get an email from Stripe, and it's going to tell you that you've received a payment for the full amount of the purchase. So if the purchase was $199, you're going to see your first payment for $199 minus fees, and that's minus that 35 cents and the percentage they take off. And it also tells you in this email when to expect that in your bank account. And it's not instantaneous. The reason for that is simple. Any e-commerce website has to allow a period of time for chargebacks. That is to say, somebody may fraudulently use a credit card, so they always have a bit of a buffer zone on e-commerce websites so that any fraudulent use can be reported and then those charges can be stopped in their tracks. So there's always going to be a bit of a period there. It could be 3 days, could be a week, but it's never more than a week. In our case, we've imposed a delay as well to ensure that each of our sellers on eShop Cape Breton get the product shipped out in a very timely manner. For instance, if we notice that your status has been set at pending for 10 days, we're going to be wondering why hasn't that product been shipped out for 10 days? And obviously you're not going to get paid for a product that hasn't been shipped out. So that's why there's a delay built in there. So you'll get this email from Stripe. And when you do, just click on View in Stripe Dashboard, and it will open up your Stripe dashboard. So you should be a little familiar with this now because you would have set up your Stripe account. If you look at payments, it's going to show you, oh look, you've got one order, and this will keep a running log of all the orders that come in over time. It gives you the customer name and the eShop order number. So not as detailed as what you saw in your seller dashboard, but enough detail that you can work with for banking purposes. Secondly, click on the balances button up here. Scroll down, and you're going to see incoming to Stripe, future payouts, and this is actually going, currently on the way to your bank account. Well, it's currently not on the way to the bank because that won't get processed until midnight tonight, and that's kind of all explained down here. So every night around midnight Greenwich Mean Time, that is UTC of 0 hours, which I think is approximately 4 hours in the difference, so 4 a.m. our time, or 8 p.m. our time. I think it's 8 p.m. our time. I was going the wrong way. So around 8 p.m. our time, that is when Stripe does a batch payout for all of the Stripe business for that whole day, which is from all around the world. So as opposed to them processing every little $1 payment one at a time, which would be hugely time consuming and resource intensive, they just do them all in a big batch. So that's why you see that it's done automatically. Payout is expected, with a bit of a delay there, and it'll be the $1.63. That goes directly into your bank account. So I wanted to just, in a long roundabout way, walk you through that process. I wanted to show you that, eShop Cape Breton or Scotia Logic, we're not holding on to your money. It's actually Stripe. That money is held, temporarily in their account. And again, if you don't know, if you didn't quite catch it during the training sessions, Stripe is, I believe, the second largest payment processor in the world. PayPal at this present point being number one. It ranks up there with Chase and Moneris and all of the companies that handle payment processing. So your money is safe with these guys for sure. That's it. So again, very quickly, just to give you a super quick flash through on the whole process. So customer goes to our website, they buy a product, they go to their cart, they go to the checkout, they enter their payment information, and they see their order has been received. The customer also gets an email address to tell them that their order has been received, and they get their receipt in their email. At the same time, you get an email that tells you you have a new order. You should go to your dashboard and check it out. So you do go to your dashboard and you see the new order. You look at the details of your new order. You fulfill the order. And once you've fulfilled it, you don't click the back button. You click the orders button and you change the status to completed. Now you get paid. This is when you'll see in your email again that you've got a payment pending on Stripe. You go to your Stripe dashboard. You don't have to do anything, by the way, in your Stripe dashboard. I just wanted to show you that it's there. There's no action required on your part in the Stripe dashboard. So if you don't do this step and you don't click on view in the Stripe dashboard, you're still going to get paid. That money is still going to go into your account on schedule. I just wanted to show you that you're able to check it for yourself. That's it. There's not much else I can show you on that front. If you have any questions, if I went too quickly, let us know. Send Avery or myself an email. Give us a phone call. We're more than happy to help you out. Take care.